Hello everybody and welcome back to the second shelf and to another tag video, or rather the first tag of 2021. And I will just start with a clean slate and I won't even look at the backlog of 2021. I know I'm bad, but I just don't have, the time when with two videos a week, there's just not that much opportunity for a tag because I have so much else I want to talk to you about. But anyway, this is the Booktube Backstage tag, which was created by Rainer, as a fellow German booktuber, and his channel name is Rainier Books. Did I say that correctly? Rainier Books. Yeah, I leave a link to his original tag down below. And I was tagged by my Reddit husband, of course, Steve, from Steve Donahue. So he will tag me and he is going to do at least 1,000 tags. And as always, he's going to tag me in each and every one of them. So the backlog will just go on forever. I know that. But for now, we will do the Booktube Backstage tag. Rainer, thank you very much for tagging me. If you're not familiar with Rainer's channel, I should have said that, of course, right in the introduction. Please go and check him out and subscribe if you like what you are seeing. There are 8 questions, and as always, I have the questions on my computer, so there will be some weird lighting changes. But that's, some things just never change. Anyway. First question, what camera do you use for your videos? For now, I'm using just the camera on my MacBook. I have an Airbook and I'm just talking into the camera of the Airbook. But I want to try to switch and film with my iPhone. But I haven't found a good tripod yet that works for me because the camera obviously on the iPhone is much better than the camera on the computer. So I hope to improve, the video quality. Not sure whether that is a good idea, by the way, if you can see me more sharply. But that's one of the things that I want to at least give a try in 2021. Question number 2. Speaking about filming and being your own director, do you have a favorite movie film director? And I have to say, I'm really bad at that. I can hardly remember movie titles, let alone that I look at the name of the director and then remember it. But I do know in the past that I was really very much taken with a French movie director, Agnes Varda, who made quite an impression on me when I was young. She was a movie director in the French New Wave. I like a lot of movies by Lulu Wang. Catherine Bigelow at times, but I'm not good at remembering who directed or scripted or produced certain movies. That's I know that's not good, but that's how it is. Question number 3. What microphone do you use and what program do you use to edit your videos? Well, as you can probably guess from what I said about the camera, I'm just using the microphone that is in my Airbook. And if I switch to filming with the iPhone, I will probably use the microphone that is incorporated into the iPhone. I'm not into tech equipment. I know that is not something I should be praised for, but it's just who I am. So I'm simple. Turn on the computer, turn on the iPhone, and then, just film. And as for the edit, I use the free iMovie editing software because I don't do that much editing. I film clips, like now, for instance, for each question, I will film a separate clip and then I will just edit out the ending when I look like that or something, and, insert a picture here if necessary. I don't know. Maybe at a certain point, I should try to do have a more professional approach to this, but it's fun. I just want to talk to you. And as long as the quality is okay, I can't be bothered, with. I love watching people who do a lot of work on the editing, and they insert clips, and yeah, but it's just not me. It's not analog me, but anyway. Question number 4. Do you remember the first record that you bought or received as a gift? Yes, I actually do. It was Sticky Fingers by the Rolling Stones, and I don't have the record anymore. It was a record, but I will insert a picture here. It was this famous cover with the zipper on the jeans that opened. And I thought that was just something so fantastic and innovation. Like, I mean, it was the beginning of the 70s, so what can you say? And I was always a Rolling Stones fan. When I was young, there were two groups. There was the Beatles and there was the Rolling Stones fans, and I liked some of the Beatles songs, but I was definitely a Rolling Stones fan. So yeah. Unsubscribe if you hate that. I can't help it. Question number 5. How do you prepare your videos? Talking points, detailed script, or just talking? And by the way, you could see my editing skills because I inserted actually a picture of that record. On to the next question, number 5. No, I don't script my videos. I do have an outline in terms of if I, for instance, do a recent reads, I know which books I want to talk about. That makes sense that I know that before. And I also look up a certain information, for instance, the age of the author, the name of the translator, if it's translated fiction, what other works the author might have published that I have read. I think of the synopsis of the book, what I want to tell in order, to tell enough, but not to spoil it, certainly with fiction. And other points that I might want to make. I think of that before I start filming. But I don't script. And when I do a discussion video, for instance, then I actually write down some of the points that I want to address, because otherwise I will forget probably. And as I said before, I film these short clips. So for instance, when it's a recent reads, I film a clip for each book, and if I don't like it, I refilm it. If I, which happens a lot, that I get the name wrong or a date wrong, or I just don't make sense. That also happens a lot, that I don't make sense at all. So then I just refilm that one clip. I'm always extremely impressed by people who film in one take. A lot of the booktubers actually that I watch, like Heidi from My Reading Life, or Doris with all the books, or Steve Donahue, they just turn on the camera and then they film in one take. I can't do that, so I have to have smaller portions so that I also can refilm that portion if I'm, like I said, not making sense. On to question number 6. TV shows have become the thing of our time. What is your favorite TV show ever? Name a maximum of 3. I like that maximum because he probably knew that if he did, people would talk forever, and that's true. So maximum of 3. Well, that's Doctor Who. I've been a fan of that show forever. And certainly now that it's the first female doctor, that was so wonderful to watch when they revealed that, because you probably know that they always reveal who is the next doctor before the show starts. So yeah, I just love that show. It's it's fun. It's sci-fi-ish, but I just like the idea the ideas behind it. So yeah, that's something I really love. And from a more recent, I think it's maybe 10 years ago, The Wire. I think that was one of the best, if not the best, police procedurals, crime, thriller, however you want to call it, TV show ever. It has 6 seasons, and each season focused on a different group within the framework of, police, crime, organizations, politicians, journalism. I thought it was absolutely excellent. And I had a really soft spot for the Twilight Zone. I think for me at that time, it was really an innovation. The weirdness of it all, the fact that there was no solution, that it was not your typical, crime TV show where in the end everything would be revealed and explained, but especially, yeah, the weirdness of it. It had this quality of weirdness all through, even when people were just sitting there and eating. Yeah, I love that show. I rewatched it multiple times, and it didn't, for me at least, it didn't lose its weirdness appeal, even after all those years. So yeah, those three: Doctor Who, The Wire, and The Twilight Zone. Number 7, what kind of booktube videos do you prefer to watch and why? Reviews, wrap-ups, vlogs, book hauls, tag videos, or something else? And I have to tell you, I really don't care. The only thing I don't like to watch, most of the time, is bookshelf tours. I find that a bit, most of the times I find that a bit boring. But other than that, I don't really care what kind of video. I'm much more looking for the person. So in other words, if I like a certain booktuber, if I like to watch her videos, or his videos, then I don't really care what kind of videos, because it's the personality that I'm looking for when I subscribe, somebody I want to engage with. And one of the resolutions I had this year was that I really will try harder to engage with the booktubers I watch. In other words, you leave comments, because I really fell off the wagon last year and a half. I watched them still, but I stopped commenting, and that's not good, because part of it, the fun, is that you have the community and that you engage with each other. So that's one of my resolutions for 2021, to be better at that. But yeah, I don't care. I love reviews. I love book hauls, because I want to watch the person. Yeah, that's the best answer I can give you. The question number 8: watching TV was probably a part of all of our childhoods. Yes, certainly mine, at my age. This year it has become less popular. What kind of media user are you? I hardly ever watch TV. I do still own a small TV, which is in the living room, but I basically use it to listen to the radio when I'm in the living room. Sometimes I watch the news, like the German news program, or Dutch, or CNN, but 99% I watch that on my computer. I watch a lot of YouTube documentaries. I watch Netflix. I have Amazon Prime, so I watch movies also on my computer. But the TV, no, I'm just not using it anymore. I mean, everything that I want to watch, I can watch through the computer, even if I just want to watch the German news. And that's much more practical for me, because I can watch that anywhere, whether I'm in the living room where the TV is, or whether I'm in the bedroom, or in here in my. So yeah. And I would say media consumption. It's probably films, documentaries, and news shows, and then of course YouTube, and with a heavy, leaning heavily on the book videos. Those were all the questions, and I have to tag people. Yeah, and I want to tag a couple of those people that I sort of fell off the wagon with commenting as a sort of an apology, but also because I like their channel, and that's Erin from Erin Go Read, Courtney from Courtney Ferreter, Jen from Remembered Reads, and Beth Ann from Beth Ann Bruninger Sokola. And I have to say the last one was a new discovery for me, and she has under 100 subscribers, so go check her out. I think she's a lovely new booktuber, and she, as all the others that I mentioned, deserve many more subscribers, of course. Anyway, so let's get rid of the Word document so that the lighting starts to be is less weird. This was the Booktube Backstage tag. It was a really fun tag to do. Thank you again, Rainer, for tagging me. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Looking forward to your comments as always. If you have recommendations for TV shows, give them to me, and I'll see you all soon in the next one.